Okay. Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to another reaction video. It is currently July 25th on a Thursday for me, and I'm anticipating that we might be getting the Snezhnaya trailer in a little bit, so I'm going to refresh the page, and we are going to see if there's even a trailer in the first place. Oh! Is that the Tsaritsa? Okay. Holy shit. Okay. All right. Let's do this. I have like half an hour before I have to go to a dinner. We're gonna watch this. Maybe I will be able to do an analysis quickly. Um, I don't want to rush it though. If there's a lot to go through, if it's just the new characters, I am probably not gonna have too much to say, other than like, wow, they're so hot, you know. But we'll see if there's any lore tidbits that we can like break down. If it's more just character reveal, then this will be a pretty short video. But okay, let's just get into it then. I want to make sure everything's set up. Captions are on. Quality's 1080p. I want to take out that thing in the back. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's get started.
I've heard that the rules that govern this world are all essentially curses.
I think that's
So to live by the rules means to suffer.
Who are you?
Oh my,
wait.
Are you talking about the snowstorms, or Project Stuzha, or the Tsaritsa?
Let's go. Before Lilac makes a move.
What? That is a very like hyper realistic. Whoa. Okay, which one is like Voyanishta? Is that her? Yeah, okay, that's her. Can we see a vision? Does she have like a vision on her that we can...
If it's true that rules are curses... Well,
okay, he's the guy from the...
There's only two options.
Oh my... Who...
Either we overthrow the rules, or... Were you going to say follow them? Get used to them? It's neither. We find a way to transcend the rules.
Okay.
Regarding the motion to extend
my
Project
gosh.
Stuzha, if there are no further objections.
I have an objection!
Huh?
Me too.
I object!
Oh my.
Search the area! We are the Druzhna, and it is our honor to serve the Tsaritsa.
Forgive the intrusion. Mind if I join this private discussion?
Dude,
Compared to the eons gone by, this is a peaceful age.
Who are you? This is a lot of who are yous I'm saying right now.
Wait, the Kresnik's torch?
A twink. Oh, wait, did the torch...
And then, the heavenly principle spoiled our love.
Oh. Dude, they're dropping everybody.
I almost doubt whether it was ever true at all.
Does she have Bro! No! Wait!
One should not throw fragile driftwood to a drowning person, nor give the illusion of warmth to those freezing to death. Death is not the enemy of love.
Okay, so she is the god of
The
love.
real enemy is the blessings given by deluded gods.
Is she about to fight a shade? Oh. Pyronosis reveal? Are we gonna reveal that they have the Gnosis?
Good move. Still, I do hope you truly understand the nature of the
Bro!
game you're playing.
Oh my gosh. Wait. Okay, I need to get this out of the way first before I lose the thought later on, because I'm probably going to forget about it later on. The idea
is the blessings given by deluded gods.
Let me lower the volume. Okay, number one. Wait, I just noticed. Fuck. Dude. Number one, polearm user. Cool. We know that. I like the idea that her challenging the heavenly principles and challenging like the different shades. I like that in different ways. I like, how do I put it? I like that it's being shown through different forms of like quote unquote battle. Like her against death is like an actual like fight, like a literal fight with a weapon. And then here she seems to be just playing a game with Nibirius / Rhindaughter. So I wonder, that's cool if there's different ways to challenge the heavenly principles. I like that idea of that being a theme. There was a lot. This is a lot to process, and like this did not this did not feel like a 5-minute trailer. This felt really short. They dropped a lot of people. Okay. Oh my god, we have a lot. Okay. Sleep well, sweet, sleep well, children of this world. Fear neither the dark nor the deathly stillness. For the divine has promised you unconditional love. Awaken, awaken, O storm, with nearly root nor source. If blessings are so generous, so selfless, then why has mercy never reached the winter? This is oh my god, this is a lot of people. Okay, I can say this. Voyanitsa. Susie, that's crazy. Yo, she's voicing two. Wait, guys. Hear me out. If the rumors are true that Voyanitsa is gonna be a character who can buff physical damage, she's supposedly gonna be able to buff Hydro, Animo, Cryo, and Physical. And she's voiced by Susie Young, who also voices Eula, which means that it's possible that Eula's best team consists of 2 characters, both voiced by the same voice actor. And I think that's really funny. Next one is... fuck, okay. I'm gonna just make this very clear. I do not voice... Or not voice. I don't know Russian or Slavic as well, so I might butcher a lot of these. Alyosha. I think you pronounce it like Alyosha. And that would be him, I believe? Kevin Andrew Rivera. I don't know these. Honestly, I don't recognize a lot of these names. Oh, I do know Natalie Van Sistine. I actually met her. I actually have an autograph from her. The rest of these, like, obviously the Harbingers, but like the new characters, I don't recognize these names. Okay, so this I believe is Alyosha. I know that like they probably have it posted on Twitter. I want to just like take my guesses first before I get the official confirmation. That's why. I want to see if I was actually right. So I think she's Odette. Do we have a Vision in any of these? I know he's He's Electro, I believe, because we saw like a little bit of a combat thing for him. She's supposedly going to be Hydro, but I don't see a... Oh, she could be Dendro. This looks like vines. Or leaves. She's giving Robin vibes. She looks like Robin. Oh, is that the... Oh, no, that's just the... No, it's symmetrical. She looks like she would be like Electro, maybe? Oh, maybe she's like a Stellar Conduct character. I don't know who's Stellar Conduct and who's like gonna be like normal in Snezhnaya, you know? That might be Valerie. Valerie? Valerie. I don't know how to say that. I think it's just said like Valerie. Okay, that's still Odette. Yeah, that's Odette because of the heart locket. She looks like she would be Animo. She looks like she would be like, if the whole Stellar Swirl thing is true, she looks like she would be Animo. I don't see a vision in any of these, that's why. And I don't want to go searching frame by frame for a vision. She is supposedly going to be Vesna.
Mind if I join this private discussion?
Okay, that is either pronounced Danica or Donica. Maybe neither. It could be neither. I don't know.
Compared to the eons gone by,
this is Noi.
this is a peaceful age.
Dude, he looks like Pyro. Oh my god. Melt? Melt question mark? Maybe? Maybe they actually make him like some sort of melt character. Maybe he's like... He could be the melt driver. He could be like a melt driver. It's just because Durin's already like a melt trigger. He could be like a pyro melt driver. Oh, that'd be cool. I actually have a video coming up for that. I need to post that, like, that's actually the next video, so I should be able to get that video out before he, like, any of his, like, gameplay leaks show up. But I think I do have a character who's, like, designed to be more of, like, a pyro driver. A plier, technically. This is...
Wait, the Kresnik's torch?
That's Mitya. And then we know Tsaritsa, Renova, Rhine-Daughter. We know all of them. Oh, we get a much better view of the thing. Yeah, okay, I talked about this before. These look like branches. They look like tree roots coming down from the sky. So I'm really curious what that's all about. But okay, so that's interesting. It implies that she has a son. I assume... Actually, wait. Are those fate ears? I wonder if that's like actually like a birth son. Oh, I just realized that's her gnosis. Okay, so we didn't get a reveal of what the Pyro-Gnosis's like status is. It would have been interesting if we actually showed that, like, oh yeah, somehow they got it, but that's probably going to be a plot point in the actual quest. But that's what the Cryo-Gnosis looks like. I'm gonna have to drop this crazy fucking theory. Or not a theory. Not theory. More of like a comparison to other media that I've watched. Yeah, so that whole Snezhnaya isn't real theory. Yeah, that might be that this is slowly becoming more and more prevalent, because this scene right here I find really interesting. This right here, I almost doubt whether it was ever true at all. I wonder if this implies that the Tsaritsa is living like, or if she maybe was stuck in some kind of like fantasy or an illusion, or she was stuck in some kind of like situation that was so like strangely different from what felt like reality that she thinks it was an illusion. That's the first thing I wanted to mention, because it kind of ties into the whole Snezhnaya is not real theory, and I think that entire theory stems on the idea of trusting whether what you see is actually what's real. Second thing, and this is another crazy crack theory. This scene it's kind of giving Elsa with the whole like she accidentally froze her sister and turned her into a block of ice because she froze like her heart. But it's also giving, and I this is why it stands out to me so prevalently, because I talked about this show previously. I talked about how the whole Snezhnaya is not real theory. It's possible that there's like a version of Snezhnaya that's like the mask hiding the real thing. And I talked about how it reminded me of a show called Once Upon a Time, where they turned where Camelot was in ruins and they weren't able to actually save the nation, so they used the magic sand to create an illusion that Camelot was prosperous and strong. That doesn't really tie into this next part I'm going to mention, but it just reminds me of this scene with like the Tsaritsa freezing her son and like kind of freezing the place around her. It reminded me of Elsa. I'm sure a lot of people are getting Elsa vibes, but it also reminds me of season 4 of Once Upon a Time with the Snow Queen arc, because they basically in the show they made it so that the Snow Queen was Elsa's and Anna's auntie. She was the sister to Elsa and Anna's mom, who was Gerda. And Gerda, if you don't know, is a character from the Snow Queen's like original story. So they basically tied the two stories together through a family tree. But what's really interesting here is that the Snow Queen in the show accidentally killed a third sister. There were 3 sisters. There was Helga was the middle sister. That's the one that the Snow Queen killed. The Snow Queen was the eldest sister. Gerda was the youngest. That's Anna and Elsa's mom. The Snow Queen accidentally killed Helga. I just kind of got reminded of that with this scene. Like, I'm just kind of curious. I'm wondering if, like, the Tsaritsa is going to go through a similar arc. Similar to Frozen, similar to the Once Upon a Time storyline, where I wonder if she accidentally killed her son. This is a very wild theory. I'm not saying that this is, like, this scene right here of, like, her, like, touching her son's head and accidentally freezing him is, like, a literal thing. But just like the visuals of it reminds me of that scene from Once Upon a Time, and it's a pretty gruesome scene. Also interesting that she kind of seems to be walking. This is why I'm thinking like that Snezhnaya is not real theory might be whoever came up with it might be cooking. This is like, because it looked like she's opening up a veil of snow and mist, like out of like the illusion that she's in into the real world, or into the real version of whatever they're in. And I talked about this before. Snezhnaya from the teaser, it looked like a snow globe. So I'm wondering if that's what they're representing. Like it's like they're in a snow globe and it's kind of like a fictional, like it's not the real world. They're trapped in like a makeshift environment. And then the real Snezhnaya outside the snow globe is like, you know, in tatters and ruins. Also, like the mention, there's so much going on. I can't like theorize. I'm not gonna cook up a crazy like long theory. I'm gonna just like, there's a lot of broken down theories that might connect later on. But over here he mentions the Kresnik's torch, and then it cuts to this scene of the entire city being just completely frozen solid. So I wonder if that's also like something we're gonna touch on in the story. Like maybe the reason Snezhnaya is like this right now is because the Kresnik's torch goes out. And I'm pretty sure I have to like recap myself on that. I think the torch is supposed to be what generates heat for the city. Like that's how they keep the city from freezing. So I wonder if this implies that the Kresnik's torch went out, and now the entire city got frozen over. And this basically confirms it, that she's the god of love. Oh my gosh, wait. Let me cook something. Let me cook a more characterization theory right now. I talked about this with like Sandrone recently, because I noticed that Sandrone was a character who kind of has this like kind of like this survivor's guilt kind of grief because she outlives a lot of her closest companions. And then I mentioned how Sitlali kind of ties into that. And I thought to myself just now, what if the Tsaritsa is a character who like deeply cares for other people, right? But what if she literally is like Elsa? She can't get too close to people because she might actively kill them in the process with her powers. What if I'm trying not to take this scene literally of her like freezing her son and freezing like the place around her. I'm not trying to, I'm trying not to take it too literally, but I do wonder if that's kind of like the theme. She can't get too close to people because she harms them. Like, she might physically harm them. And I think that'd be cool characterization if that ties into the idea of like toxic relationships. Are a toxic lover aren't always necessarily bad people, but they can't safely get close to others because they will eventually hurt them. So I wonder if the Tsaritsa is supposed to like represent that kind of love. Like, she represents like the toxic love that forces her to like withdraw herself from others because she's worried that she's going to accidentally hurt them in the future. I'm not going to try to analyze this like this first part here. I'm not sure who's fighting who. I'm not sure what's going on here. This is interesting that the Fatui like court or whatever is like actually against extending Project Stuzha. I think that might be an interesting conflict down the line, especially because like the Hearth members, including Arlecchino, they weren't really for Project Stuzha. So I think it's kind of cool that we might see a conflict there. This is the so this is like so the Druzhna. That's like a Fey guard, I guess. It's like the equivalent of like the Palais Mormonia, like the Corps of 30. Like it's like the military equivalent. This I'm still lost on. This I don't know what this is, guys. This part of the theory assumes that it's like in the abyss or something, which I'm not gonna get into. I can't say that for sure. I wonder if he's like abyssal. He looks like he'd be abyssal. Hold on, let me...
Compared to the eons gone by, this is a peaceful age.
He's definitely old. With that sentence, he's definitely old. Oh, maybe this is the Kresnik... Oh, this is the torch. And then something happens, and then, like, maybe it freezes over. Damn, this one device is the only thing keeping Snezhnaya from freezing over. Possibly. That might be what's happening here. Man, this is a lot. This is a lot to process. I will probably have more to say later on with this trailer. These are just my initial thoughts, and yeah, sorry if it seems a little rushed. Honestly, this is a 40-minute recording as of me. I'm gonna cut this down for sure, but this is a 40-minute recording. I think I got all my thoughts out. Everything I wanted to say I probably got out, so, you know, we don't have to worry about, me rushing this. I had time, so that'll do it for this video and this reaction. Thank you to everyone who's watching, and let me know your thoughts in the comments about what you're excited for with the trailer, and any thoughts on the random theories that I was coming up with on the spot. With that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!